So look, it is 2024 and it is time to get serious and get your trading under control. So that's why in this video, I'll explain the 10 smartest ways on how to make $10,000 as a beginner trader or even advanced. You need to understand that not taking your trading seriously, like your life depended on it, will for certainly destroy your psychology along your journey. And this holds very true with the very first way I'm going to suggest, which is learn thyself. Are you emotional in real life? Are you impatient in real life? Are you really angry in real life? How are you in real life? You need to learn yourself in order to learn yourself on the charts. If you do not learn yourself outside of the charts, there is no way that you can learn your behaviors while you're on or inside of the charts, right? Because trading is a direct reflection of who you are as a person. Whatever habits that you have in real life, they're going to reflect on the charts. So you need to find out who it is, what makes you emotional, what causes you to be upset, how can you fix your patience, so forth and so on, right? So that leads me to way number 2. Read psychology and or money management books and apply the information. Without applying, it's simply just knowledge, right? So some trading books that you can look into are like books like Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas, a money management book such as Think and Go Rich, or even The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. These 4 books all have an impact on the way that you think, right? So making money is a mindset. You do not make money without having a proper mindset. If your mindset is focused on being lazy or being incompetent, if your mind is all the way in Daisyland, then you're simply not going to make money. Making money is a mindset. You need to be in a mindset that's in alignment with your goals, right? So that's why in 2024, I recommend that you get these books. Now, before we skip to the next step, understand that I want to paint a picture in your mind so you can vividly understand what it is that I'm saying, right? So, way number 3, have a concrete trading plan, right? It is much easier to follow a system when there is no guessing in the system. Think about it. If you had to make a recipe, right? Would you use a different recipe every time you made it? If you were cooking for your family on Thanksgiving, would you always add 2 cups of sugar to the Kool-Aid, or would you add 1? Or sometimes will you only add half a cup, right? If you added different amounts every single time, the Kool-Aid will not taste the same, right? So then your family is going to say, well, sometimes your Kool-Aid is good, sometimes your Kool-Aid is bad. So the same thing applies to your trading. So if 1 minute you're buying when the MA's crossed, and 1 minute you're buying at resistance, and then 1 minute you're buying at support, and then the next moment you're buying at pivots, these are all 4 different strategies that you will come across in trading. So therefore, your trading is not consistent as you think it is. So one thing that I want you guys to understand is there is no bargaining inside your trading plan. Once you have your trading plan set in stone, you can't go against your rules. You have to stick to the recipe, right? Think of yourself as a chef inside of these markets. And that leads me to way number 4. Set limits on your trading, right? You have to have a strict set of rules to say, when I lose 2 trades in a row, I'm off the charts for the day. If I win 3 trades in a row, I'm off for the charts for the day. No ifs, ands, or but. This is how you do not overtrade, right? So have you ever had that feeling inside the market where you won 3 straight trades and you said, oh, I just want an extra, $500 more and I'll be done for the day? And that moment that you entered that last trade after you already hit your goal, what happened? The market went against you and you lost everything that you earned for that day, right? So therefore, you have to have a strict set of rules to say, when I lose X amount, I'm going to get off. And when I win X amount, I'm going to get off, period. Way number 5, set small milestones along the way. If you never made $10,000 a month trading before, what makes you think that you're just going to go from $100 to $10,000 all in 1 month, right? So you need to set milestones along the way so that you don't try to rush the process, right? So you have to trust the process and not rush the process, right? So if you're only earning $100 a day right now in day trading, okay, cool. You need to set a milestone along the way to say, I've hit this milestone and now I'm here, but I'm on my way to making $10,000 a month day trading. as a beginner, right? Scale up slowly. So if you hit $2,500 and you're hitting that consistently a week, then you know that, okay, you only have to do that 4 times in order to make that $10,000. But you don't need to aim to try to hit that $10,000 a month all in one trade. So you need to be able to scale up slowly. You need to be able to understand that take your time and get those base hits. So I like to equate it to baseball. So think about it, if you tried to swing for a home run every single time you went up to bat, right? You're gonna have a higher strikeout rate, right? So in trading, it's like the same thing. If you try to aim for the biggest trade, 1,000 pip trade every single time, you're gonna strike out more often than not because you're not taking what the market gives you. So you have to take those base hits and understand that not every single trade is going to be a home run. Some trades are going to be 20 pips, some trades are going to be 50 pips, some trades are going to be 100 pips, but not every single trade is going to be the biggest trade. So you have to set milestones along the way. Therefore, you can build your account slowly and then start to get that consistency amongst your account, right? And once you get that consistency off your account, then you can begin to check those boxes off. So you can say, okay, I made $1,000, I made $2,500, so forth and so on. And you can do all of these with like a trade tracker, or just keep a journal, so forth and so on. So that leads me to way number 6. Track your performance and or journal, right? So what is the purpose of trading if you're not going to treat it like a business and actually track your performance? How do you ever expect to get better at trading if you're not tracking your performance or journaling your trades, right? How will you know how far you come in your trading journey if you're not tracking it? You can't just go off of your memory in trading, because just like in life, we forget certain things. So if you track your performance, or you track and journal every single thing that it is that you're doing, now you can go back and flip the page, reflect on what it is that you've done good and what it is that you've done bad. And then now you have that conscious awareness to say, okay, I do this good in this area and I do bad in this area. So this area needs more improvement. This area is solid. So being able to track that allows yourself to say, hey, I'm good, I can move on to this. So whatever it is that you track grows. Whatever it is that you do not track disintegrates, right? So you have to make sure that you track your performance, right? Now the 7th way inside of earning $10,000 a month as a trader is to make sure that you have an edge. An edge is a systematic approach that does not have any interchangeables inside of its plan, right? So whatever your edges may be, you may trade with the MA crossovers, you may trade at Fibonacci levels, you may trade supply and demand. All of these different things are having an edge, but within this edge you have a strict set of rules and you follow them. So no matter what the market does, you stick to your plan and you follow your rules, because you are a disciplined trader. So you do not care if the market goes up, you don't care if the market goes down. You simply follow your rules because, like I said, you are a disciplined trader. You don't care what the market does because you simply followed your game plan. So think about it in the terms of sports, right? In sports, you have a game plan. If you're on a basketball team, you have a game plan going against your opponent, and you understand that you have to execute your game plan in order to win the game, right? You wouldn't go into that basketball game without a game plan. You know what it is. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses of the other team? Okay, once you understand those strengths and those weaknesses of that other team, you can then execute your game plan, right? So find your game plan in the market and stick to it. Now, another way of the game plan leads me to step number 8. Have a risk management system. How much are you risking per trade? What lot sizes are you comfortable using? Are you over leveraging too much? Are you under leveraging because you're fearful? Are these lot sizes realistic, or you need the biggest trade possible in order to make the amount of money that you want to make, right? So that's the question that you have to ask yourself. Is this lot size realistic, and what is the percentage or the dollar amount equated to the account size balance in my account, right? One thing I want you guys to understand about risk management is you always base your risk off of structure, right? Do not just get in the habit of, oh, I want to risk $100, so I'm using the biggest lot size possible and then whatever amount of pips that is, that's going to be my stop loss. Like, no, you need to be able to give your trade room to breathe. So in order to give your trade room to breathe, you must have it at a previous structure point. And that's probably the biggest tip that I can give you, because now you're not going to get stopped out of your positions prematurely. Because why? You're giving your trade room to breathe. So step number 9, have a why. You must have a why. Why do you want $10,000 a month? Is it just to say that you did it? To impress your friends? To impress your colleagues? To prove somebody wrong that told you you weren't going to be able to make it in trading? What is the reason behind it? Do you want to help your family? Do you want to pay your bills? Do you want to buy the cars that you want to drive? Do you want to live in a house that you always want to live in? Do you want to be able to travel the world? What is the reason behind you wanting to make this amount of money? Now the same thing applies where there's 10,000, 5,000, 100,000, 50,000, or even $1 million a month. You must understand the root behind why it is that you want to do whatever it is that you say you want to do. Without this root, you simply will just be acting off of randomness. One day you may say you want to make 10,000, and then the next day you may be feeling like crap and you're okay with settling with $3,000, right? So you have to understand that if it's just about you and your ego, or some days you want it and some days you don't, but you don't really know why you want it, you're gonna come across that one trade, that one circumstance, that one news event that's gonna make you give up. If you come across that one situation that's a lot tougher than you, you're gonna crack. And I'm just being transparent with you, because trading is not for the weak. But if you have something that's a lot deeper than you, if you have a reason behind why it is that you do what you do, if you understand what is the root cause behind this tree that's growing, you can make it through the storms when the storm comes. But if it's just about you, when that storm comes, you might give up in that storm, right? You have to have something that's a lot deeper than you in order to keep going. That leads me to our last and our final step. Believe. You must believe that you can do this. If you do not believe it, your family won't believe it, your friends won't believe it, your demeanor won't believe it. You have to believe in yourself in order to become a successful trader. Trading is one of the hardest fields that you will ever come across. You must believe that you can do this. Not have a belief that there's traders out like me or other influencers that you may see on Instagram that do it. You must believe that you, the person on the other side of this camera, that you can do this. Not because you see people on Instagram doing it for themselves. You must firmly believe in yourself. You have to believe that you will accomplish every single thing that you said you will put your mind to. Without this key step, none of the other steps matter. Last and most importantly, before I let you guys go, you must sacrifice. Something has to be removed in order for you to make room for something new. You may have to remove watching Netflix for 2 hours. You may have to remove going out and partying with your friends. You may have to remove scrolling on Instagram and social media for an hour. You have to remove something in order for something else to be replaced. You cannot have the same habits. You cannot have the same mindset. You cannot go into 2024 with the same fixed mindset that you had in 2023. It's time to get focused, guys. It's time to set the tone. It's time to get straight to it, because we accomplishing goals. We checking boxes off. We're getting straight to it. And one thing I want you to understand is that you cannot have the same mindset. You cannot have the same habits. You cannot have the same inconsistency in your trading and expect to get to $10,000 a month trading in 2024. You cannot expect things to change, because it won't. So get serious, lock in, and let's go.